Lion Eye View TV. This is a new segment with your host Seraphim L and Empress Nayabingi Ma'at. This is the celebration acknowledging the Earthstrong of Empress Menen, Asfaw-Woizero, Menen, Asfaw. This program is to enlighten and educate those and let those know about their inheritance and their history. Ethiopia, Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress, Mother of Creation.
Princess Mrs. Woizero, now Empress Menen, was born on March 25, Magabit 25, according to the Ethiopian calendar, or April 3, according to the Gregorian calendar, in 1883, in Wollo Province, Ambesel region, at Egwa area, from her father, Jantirar Asfaw, and her mother, Woizero Sehin Michael. She was baptized in St. Delba George Church. Her Christian name was Wolete Diorgis. Her name Menen is given for the most beautiful respected ladies. Princess Woizero, now Empress Menen, was grown well by her parents. Then she had gotten instructions at home like the former lords and dukes' sons and daughters. Empress Menen know her native language, Amharic, and the reading and writing well. Her Amharic teachers were Maduna and Father Workine. Beyond academic education, she has learned home economics and spinning as Ethiopian tradition. Since she had the best knowledge of household management, people call her the head of women. Empress Menen is a charming lady and no one can compete with her. In 1892, she married legally and bore 2 daughters and 2 sons. These are Woizero Baile Nash, Jantirar Asfaw, and Jantirar Jibre Exhibir, and Woizero Desta. On November 5, 1903, she started journeying from Desi and reached on November 25, 1903 in Addis Ababa. In the same year, in June, the then Dejamak Tefari, now Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, King of Kings of Ethiopia, married her. Lej Iyasu was responsible and made them a couple. Etigi Menen was born Etigi Menen Asfaw to an Oromo family. She was the daughter of Asfaw Jantirar of Ambesel, as was previously mentioned. Her maternal grandfather was Negus Michael of Zion, and her uncle was Emperor Iyasu V, Lej Iyasu. When Tafara Makanon became Emperor of Ethiopia as Haile Selassie I, Menen Asfaw was crowned as Empress at his side. Empress Menen was active in promoting women's issues in Ethiopia. She was patroness of the Ethiopian Red Cross and the Ethiopian Women's Charitable Organization. She was also patroness of the Jerusalem Society that arranged for pilgrimages to the Holy Land. She founded the Empress Menen School for Girls in Addis Ababa, the first all-girls schools which had both boarding and day students. Girls from all over the empire were brought to the school to receive a modern education, encouraged by Empress, who visited it often and presided over its graduation ceremonies. The Empress gave generously, as well as sponsored programs for the poor, ill, and disabled. She was also a devotedly religious woman who did much to support the Ethiopian Orthodox Tawahida Church. She built, renovated, and endowed numerous churches in Ethiopia and in the Holy Land. Prominent among these are the St. Raguel Church in Addis Ababa's Mercato district, the Kidane Mehret, Our Lady Covenant of Mercy Church on Mount Entoto, and the Holy Trinity Monastery on the banks of the River Jordan in the Holy Land. She gave generously from her personal funds towards the building of the new Cathedral of St. Mary of Zion at Aksum, but did not live to see it completed and dedicated. When the Empress was exiled from Ethiopia during the Italian occupation from 1936 to 1941, she made a pledge to the Virgin Mary at the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, promising to give her crown to the church if Ethiopia were liberated from occupation. The Empress made numerous pilgrimages to holy sites in then British-ruled Palestine, in Syria, and in Lebanon during her exile to pray for her occupied homeland. Following the return of Emperor Haile Selassie I and his family to Ethiopia in 1941, a replica of the crown was made for future empresses, but the original crown that Empress Menen was crowned with at her husband's side in 1930 was sent to the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. The Empress and some of her family were placed under house arrest briefly during the 1960 Imperial Guard coup attempt against her husband at her villa outside the Gwenete Lul Palace grounds in northern Addis Ababa. Following her death in 1962, the Empress was buried in the crypt of the Holy Trinity Cathedral in Addis Ababa. As the consort of Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Menen is highly venerated by members of the Rastafari movement.